The jungle holds its breath. A baby gorilla squeals and a camera flash cuts through the misty air. Emily, a 29-year-old travel vlogger, gasps. Behind her, Diego, the group's lead guide, spins around. But it's too late. Jason, an overconfident tourist in mirrored sunglasses, is already holding the baby gorilla in his arms, grinning for a selfie. "Jason, what are you doing?" Emily shrieks. The baby wriggles. A sharp cry escapes its tiny lungs. That sound travels through vines, over roots, across the canopy. Diego's voice drops. "Put it down, now." But something else responds first. A massive shape barrels through the undergrowth. Leaves explode outward. Miko, the troop's dominant silverback, nearly 450 pounds of muscle, memory, and mourning. He's roaring before his body even clears the brush. Jason stumbles back, dropping the infant. He trips on a root and lands hard. The baby crawls toward a tree, chirping in panic. Miko doesn't charge blindly. He stops. He assesses. His eyes find Jason, then the child. He snarls. Slowly, he begins to advance. Emily pulls at Diego's shirt. Is he going to kill him? Maybe, Diego mutters, frozen. His hand inches toward his emergency flare. The rest of the group, 7 tourists, including a honeymooning couple and an elderly birdwatcher, scatter into the trees. Screams echo. One man drops his phone mid-recording. Jason stays down, paralyzed, hand over his head. Miko towers over him now. His breath is steam. His fists clench, knuckles white. But he doesn't strike. He steps over Jason's quivering body, crosses to the baby, and gently lifts it in one massive hand. His next sound isn't a roar. It's a deep, aching rumble. Not anger, not victory. It's grief. Diego's radio crackles. "Do we move in?" He whispers back. "Negative. Hold position." Miko cradles the infant. He stares out at the remaining humans, not with rage, but with knowing. Emily films from behind a tree, shaking. Jason whispers, Is he crying?" Miko lowers his head, pressing his brow to the baby's. He closes his eyes. Diego swallows. They lost a baby last season, poachers. The mother didn't survive. Miko's been different ever since. The troop begins emerging from the forest edges, dark eyes glowing through green shadows. Silent. Watching. One juvenile gorilla hoots low, but Miko doesn't react. He just breathes. Emily's phone trembles in her hand. "This isn't an attack," she says. "It's a funeral." Jason begins to crawl backward. Miko's gaze snaps to him. "Don't move," Diego hisses. Jason freezes, tears streaking his cheeks. Miko growls, a low, earth-shaking warning, not a threat. A line in the sand. Suddenly, a flare bursts in the sky, one of the rangers further out signaling backup. The troop flinches. Miko tightens his hold on the baby, and his body tenses. Diego curses under his breath. That'll bring chaos. Emily locks eyes with the silverback, whispering to herself, "Please, don't let him break." The jungle is still again, but it won't stay that way for long. This isn't over. Miko roars again. This time, the sound splits the canopy. Birds erupt from the trees in frantic flight. The ground vibrates. Tourists scream, their scattered silhouettes vanishing deeper into the jungle. Diego grabs Emily's wrist and yanks her behind a thick tree trunk. "Stay low! Stay still!" he growls. Jason is still sprawled on the dirt, paralyzed. His sunglasses are gone. His face is streaked with mud and terror. Miko doesn't chase. He backs toward the baby, cradling it close. His lips pull back, not in aggression, but in a guttural, broken exhale. Emily peeks out. "He's not attacking," she whispers. "He's trembling." From the ridge, another guide named Tariq radios in. "Tranquilizer teams en route. ETA 5 minutes. Should we prep the shot?" Diego's voice is steel. "Not unless he threatens the baby." But he already grabbed one of them. "He didn't hurt him," Diego snaps. "He protected his own." Miko settles into a crouch, still clutching the infant. His chest rises in slow, deep waves. His eyes flicker to every movement, calculating, protecting. Then, movement in the brush. 3 other gorillas appear, 2 females, and a subadult male. One of the females, Kima, lets out a low, uncertain grunt. Miko turns and rumbles in reply. The troop forms a protective half-circle. It's not a fight formation, it's a shield. Jason begins to sob quietly. Emily crawls forward, closer to Diego. "He's making a wall," she murmurs. "He's guarding them from us." Behind them, another flare arcs across the sky. Too close, too loud. Miko flinches, then stands. Jason shrieks, "No, no, no, please!" Miko turns to him slowly, his eyes dark and wild, narrow. Diego raises both hands. "Don't run!" he barks at Jason. "Don't move!" But Jason panics. He scrambles to his feet and stumbles backward, straight into a low vine. He falls again, shrieking. The baby gorilla lets out a high-pitched cry. Miko growls, deep and sharp. Emily's breath catches. This is going south. Diego pulls out a flare gun. If he charges, I fire in the air. It might stall him. "Stall!" Emily hisses. "That won't stop 450 pounds of rage." Tariq's voice crackles again. They want clearance to take the shot. "No," Diego barks. "He hasn't attacked. But if that tourist runs, he won't get the chance." Suddenly, the air shifts. Another roar, but it's not Miko. From the opposite side of the clearing, a second silverback crashes into view. Rano, a rival from a neighboring troop. His arrival ignites immediate tension. Leaves whip around him as he stomps forward. The jungle breaks into chaos. Miko snaps to attention, planting himself between Rano and the infant. Kima grabs the baby and bolts into the brush. Rano beats his chest and lunges. Emily screams. Miko meets him mid-charge. The clash is thunderous. 2 giants colliding in primal fury. Fists, teeth, dirt flies, a tree cracks. "Get down!" Diego shouts, tackling Emily. Jason crawls toward the edge of the clearing, unnoticed, crying. The infant's cries echo from the shadows. The rangers arrive. Tranquilizers raised, radios blaring, and still the 2 silverbacks rage. But the question hangs. Will Miko protect, or will he fall trying? Fists slam into fur, teeth flash. Miko and Rano tear at each other in a cyclone of rage and dominance. Leaves and dirt explode into the air with every strike. The jungle has become an arena, and the stakes are survival. The tourists watch from their hiding spots, frozen. Emily grips Diego's arm, whispering, "He's outnumbered." "No," Diego mutters. "Miko isn't fighting for dominance. He's fighting for family." Nearby, Kima shelters behind thick foliage, clutching the baby gorilla. Her chest heaves as she rocks gently, soothing. The infant clings to her fur, eyes wide with terror. Rano lands a brutal blow to Miko's shoulder. Miko stumbles, then lunges, grabbing Rano's arm and slamming him into a tree with a sickening crunch. A crack echoes through the clearing, wood or bone, no one knows. Jason, still crawling away, turns just in time to see Rano scramble upright and vanish into the jungle. Beaten, defeated, gone. Miko doesn't chase, he doesn't celebrate. He collapses to his knees. Blood trickles down his side. His chest heaves in exhausted triumph. He looks toward the bush where Kima hides. Then, slowly, he turns to face the humans again. Diego raises his hands. "Hold your fire!" he calls to the rangers emerging from the trees. Tariq appears beside them, tranquilizer rifle aimed. "He's wounded. We need to sedate him, just to treat." "No sudden moves," Diego warns. Emily steps beside Diego, her camera still recording. He doesn't trust us. Jason stumbles forward from the undergrowth, hands raised. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean, quote." Miko lets out a long, thunderous roar. Not a threat, a command. The troop reappears, closing ranks around Kima and the infant. Jason drops to his knees. Miko steps forward, dragging one leg slightly. His eyes bore into Jason's, not with rage, but with judgment. Emily's voice breaks. "He remembers what happened to his last baby." Diego nods. That's why he didn't kill him. Miko knows what loss feels like. Miko stops inches from Jason, then turns his back. He's made his choice. He limps to Kima, gently checking the infant. The baby grunts, safe. The Rangers lower their weapons. Diego breathes, but the peace is fragile. A helicopter sound hums in the distance, jungle authorities responding to the flares. The troop grows anxious. One young male slaps the dirt and lets out a warning cry. "We have to clear the area," Diego says quickly. "Now, before this escalates again." Jason is escorted out by Tariq. Emily lingers, filming the troop's formation, how they shield Miko as he settles beside the infant, hand resting protectively on its back. "I thought he was a monster," she whispers, "but he's just mourning." A final glance, Miko stares at her. Then he disappears into the brush. The clearing is silent again. Trees sway. The baby's cries fade. Emily turns to Diego. "We're the invaders here." He nods. "And we got lucky." But the jungle remembers. And deep inside it, Miko watches. The jungle hushes, but the air remains charged. Miko limps deeper into the forest with Kima and the baby at his side. The troop moves in silence, a grieving procession cloaked in green. High above, the trees part just enough for light to spill through, golden, reverent. At the forest edge, Diego halts the group. "No further," he says. "We push them now. We break the peace." Emily lowers her camera. "Let them breathe." Behind them, Jason sits under ranger watch, his shirt torn, pride shredded. He avoids every eye, but his hands tremble. "I didn't know," he mumbles. "I thought it'd be funny." "No one's laughing," Tariq says flatly. Deeper in the jungle, Miko reaches a shaded alcove where thick vines drape like curtains. It's familiar, worn, sacred. He lowers himself slowly onto a flat rock, the baby nestled beside him, Kima at his flank. The troop circles inward, forming a loose perimeter, not from fear, but reverence. Miko stares at nothing. And then Tariq steps forward, something clutched in his hand. "Wait," Diego warns. "Let me." He walks alone, holding a faded bundle of cloth. It's stained and frayed at the corners, Miko's baby's blanket, recovered from a poacher's camp. No scent remains, but the sight is unmistakable. Diego stops 10 feet from Miko and places the blanket on the mossy earth. Miko doesn't move, not yet. A few moments pass. Wind rustles leaves overhead. Then he rises. One slow step, then another. He reaches the cloth and kneels, fingers brushing its edge. Emily, watching through her lens, forgets to breathe. Miko lifts the blanket. He buries his face in it. A soft rumble echoes from his chest, deep, broken. The troop lowers their heads. Kima shifts closer, nudging the baby toward him. The infant coos, climbing into Miko's lap. He doesn't resist. He wraps one arm around the child, the other around the blanket. And then something extraordinary. He begins to rock, not violently, not urgently, gently, a father cradling memory and hope in the same breath. Diego's eyes glass over. Emily wipes her face, tears streaking her cheeks. "He's letting go," she whispers. Behind them, Jason stares, silent. Miko lifts his head. He looks directly at Diego, then at Emily. Then he grunts. A soft sound. Permission. The moment fractures when the baby stretches toward the blanket. Miko hands it over. The child grabs the edge, chewing playfully. A release. Emily lowers her camera. "He's healing." "No," Diego replies. "He's choosing." Slowly the troop rises. Miko leads them back into the trees, the baby on his back. No anger, no resentment, just distance. The guides step back. No one follows. They know better now. From the shadows, Miko pauses one last time. His gaze scans the humans. Not hate, not trust. Recognition. Then he vanishes. The jungle breathes again, but every branch, every vine, every creature seems to whisper the same truth. They remember. The video goes viral within hours. A trembling tourist, a silverback's roar, and the haunting image of a gorilla cradling a human child. It's on every screen, every feed. Headlines explode across continents. Gorilla protects, baby after tourist intervenes. Was it instinct or grief? Emily's footage is the most shared. But what captures hearts isn't the chaos. It's Miko, the towering guardian who chose gentleness over rage. Jason becomes a symbol too, but not of courage. His actions are condemned worldwide. Wildlife groups press charges. He's banned from protected reserves for life. But Miko? Miko becomes a legend. In the days that follow, experts weigh in. Ethologists speak of emotional intelligence. Psychologists compare Miko's behavior to PTSD in human parents. Sanctuary directors receive floods of donations under one name, for Miko's kin. The jungle trail is closed. The reserve tightens regulations. Ranger patrols triple. But no one forgets what they saw. At base camp, Emily interviews Diego under the fading afternoon sun. "Do you think he forgives us?" she asks. Diego looks toward the jungle. He didn't need to forgive. He understood. That's what makes it harder. Elsewhere, a child stares at a screen, watching Miko hold the baby to his chest. Her voice is soft. "He looks like my dad did when my brother died." In homes across the globe, grief finds recognition in fur and fists and silence. Inside the reserve, Miko's troop remains unseen for days. Then on the 7th morning, rangers spot them again. Miko at the front, healed but slower. The baby on his back, playful. Kima close behind. They don't flee. They watch. From a distance, Emily raises her camera, but lowers it before pressing record. "Not everything's ours to capture," she whispers. The ranger team places a memorial marker at the clearing. Respect is the boundary. Beneath it, they bury the faded blanket. Jason does not attend, but he sends a letter. In it, he writes, "I went in thinking I could take a moment. I left understanding I nearly stole a life." The zoo in Kigali offers Miko's story as part of its educational program. School children watch, riveted. One boy, tears on his cheeks, asks, "Can a gorilla love?" The answer is unanimous, yes. In a panel discussion weeks later, Diego says, "We talk about gorillas like they're wild, unpredictable, but what Miko did, that was restraint, that was depth, that was more than human." A sanctuary in Kenya offers Miko and his troop refuge, but the reserve declines. They belong to this forest, they say. This forest belongs to them. Final footage shows Miko beneath the canopy, resting. The baby dozes curled in his arms. Around him the troop breathes easy. The jungle has changed, but it endures. Back in the village, Emily speaks to a crowd. "He didn't just protect the baby, he protected who we could be if we listened." The screen fades to black. Text appears, "Miko taught us that even in fury, there is memory. Even in grief, there is choice." And then, silence. Some stories leave you breathless. Others leave you changed. Miko didn't just defend his troop. He reminded the world that grief has no species, that love, loss, and restraint aren't human traits. They're shared ones. In a world where we often take without asking, Miko showed us what it means to protect what matters, even when you've already lost everything. If this story moved you, if it made you see animals in a different light, then help us share it. Like this video, leave a comment below about what part struck you most, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful true stories where the wild teaches us who we are. Because sometimes the most human thing in the jungle isn't us.